in a picture on the voter roll, they will vote without taking their bio information. Then there's a reason why we should suspect a delay. Maybe the delay.
It has a lot to do with the security of the state and the image of the country. We have an international airport that should have rules and regulations. We have a CCTV camera that should operate by international standards.
That's the spirit of a true coalition.
At the first round, we call for absolute majority of the vote, meaning you must have 50% plus one. Then you win the first round, meaning there's no second round. Candidate obtain absolute majority, 50% plus one in the first round. A second ballot shall be conducted on the second Tuesday following the announcement of the results of the first ballot. Second Tuesday, I will end here. I don't have to go all the way down. Second Tuesday following the announcement of the result of the first ballot. If you need to plan for elections, second round, the time the law telling you need to conduct the second round, do you expect for us to get the money after announcing the results? If we start running being a Ministry of Finance, people will start making preparation. Election doesn't work like that. While we are talking about now, the commission start to engage for that money. Commission start to make preparation for a possible second round.
The masses must be careful in October. I'm seeing all kinds of alligators, cobra, leopard, and lion hiding on a party again. Some of them can take job we have picture, they put it on the head on it. Some of them put Joseph picture, they put it, some of them put Kumi's picture, they put it. Yeah, you can do it at your own campaign thing. But the only reason why I will vote for you cannot be because you Kumi's man, or you We Are man, or you Joseph Walker man. No, you must show the intellectual competence, that character, the ability to debate the issues. Take, for example, district number 8. District number 8, Mosowara County, is in part of Liberia. This is where you have the executive mansion, the Capitol building, and the Supreme Court. You have the University of Liberia, AMU, and all the other institutions right here. Either they have the university here or they have offices here. This is the intellectual hub of the Republic of Liberia. Bobo cannot represent district number 8.
There's no record of hypocrisy in my activism. There's no record of deception. There's no record of stealing. I have been tested, I've been tried, I've been resilient. You need a leader who will not back down. I have an integrity. I believe my story resonates with the people that I'm talking about. I want to lead. I come from a very poor background. Many of the people that are listening to me, they know my story. I struggled to reach at this point. And because of that, they see me as a voice.
The masses must be careful in October. I'm seeing all kinds of alligators, cobra, leopard, and lion hiding on a party again. Some of them can take job we have picture, they put it on, they put a head on it. Some of them put Joseph picture, they put it, some of them put Kumi's picture, they put a head. Yeah, you can do it at your own campaign thing.
I'm concerned about the misdirection of our country.
Say you won't be president. You're not finding food for the people. You're not creating means for the people. You're talking about senator or not senator. That didn't like Liberia-VOL. People are not serious.
They see people, they are a bunch of hooligans, bunch of crooks. So such people cannot be entrusted with it. It was so good that they are informed that people, the kind of color and the kind of thing they made up. So you see what is happening now? You see what is happening? That these people, they are unserious people, they are a bunch of hooligans that just want to take over the country and grab whatever they get and go away.
The government sees Mr. Kumis as a threat to them in 2023, so they are trying to do everything to bring this man down.
But I can guarantee you, I will beat those people just like a little baby. When they hear the election result, they will understand that God got me. I'm saying it again. I was reading in the newspaper, someone said, Liberia people will get Georgia one-term president. And after the elections, God will make sure that mouth will be closed. I will defeat them in 2018.
Coming a serious man. If Coming was a serious man, the best decision he ever take in his life Come to be president, maybe won't die or training die. Nana. Come in a serious man.
You said that it is not possible at all. If that will ever happen, it will happen in utopia.
No.
And utopia is a world that does not exist.
It cannot happen. No, I don't want to already say never ever. But it is not in our generation.
Not even in the generation and generation and generation to come. Then it's not possible.
But my man, the man cannot concentrate and contemplate. What can he do? That man cannot produce nothing.
The proponent in propagating one of the proponents in propagating the proper agenda, the PAPE. Then today you say, what are open to offer? You supposed to ask me that kind of English?
Are you being supported?
My brother, I'm saying, don't ask me that question. I think the party is under the obligation
to do for you.
Yeah.
But they aren't doing.
You asked me and you want me to be monotonous. I think
are they doing for you?
I said, I think the party is under the obligation.
That expression means they aren't, they ought to.
I said, the party is under the obligation.
They are doing it for you directly.
Speak English, man. I beg you. Let's move on.
You don't want to come straight.
Honorable Sam Andrew, I don't know what you mean. I said, the party is under the obligation because I'm one of the progenitor.
That is what you get when the hobo pejoratively hobnobs with the hobo bamboozle, razzle-dazzle, razzmatazz politically. He was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Yes, it's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a long disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. What an odium! What an ignominious memento! That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized, the same subsidy evacuation and barbituration was condemned by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanica, boisterous, energetic, and a routine to thin, but today for political somnambulism and malocclusion, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has told in their poll.
Don't trouble nothing too much, you know.
One, two, three, loving you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. Long time no see. Out your love, I'm lonely. I miss you, and it's too hard to bear. What have you done to me? I'm waking up in the middle of the night without you, and it's so unfair. I toss and turn, reach for you, only my pillows. Son.
It is Monday, the first working day of the week, and it's the 25th day. Thank you so very kindly that you join us. Let me say good afternoon and welcome to the show Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1 Monrovia, Voice of Liberia 89.7 Kakata Magidi County. You can also follow us on our online radio, www.voiceofliberiaradio.com, Facebook. Just put in the search box Voice of Liberia and the initial in front of Voice of Liberia, VOL, and you would see the blue logo, and then you are in. Thank you so very much that you join in for another presentation as we gradually move towards October 10th with 15 days to go. My name is Sam Andrews.
Thought you could be replaced. I daydream of you and me and how great we used to be.
Oh, yeah. And I firmly believe of turning all these dreams to reality. And like a child, I would say it's so easy to you. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I miss you. I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. I want you back.
Okay, we are back. Thank you so very much for keeping us in your itinerary. We appreciate it. Always keep Voice of Liberia 104.1, Voice of Liberia 89.7, and the online radio login on your daily itinerary. We've got the issues to talk about as they unfold in Liberia and out of Liberia. We've got 15 days to balloting, 15 days to cast our ballot, 15 days to complete everything. And after that, we'll have to wait for a couple of days after the counting and then the announcement and then declaration. So it's a process and everything takes time. But as it is the custom of the radio station and the show, we will have to guide ourselves or appeal to ourselves as we got 15 days to go to be mindful of what we say, what we do. We know the tension is running high. I told you people because once the campaign is reaching the end, the atmosphere will begin to bubble. I told you people last week, we are gradually headed into the most boiling point of the campaign, the close of it. Now you have started to see a number of things happening, statements coming, but we can resort to nothing called violence. Let us not do that. Let us stay calm. Emotion cannot be ruled out, sentiment cannot be ruled out, but reason can evade sentiment. Reason can evade anger. Reason can block violence. So we allow reason to prevail. Engage into nothing violent, suppress your sentiment, roll out your anger, but you got every right to say what you want to say as per the issues, but resort to nothing called violence. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the atmosphere. No, not at all. It does not have anything positive. Violence and everything associated with it is just like the war, if not the same tribulation. The word tribulation has nothing positive. It has absolutely nothing positive. So it is with violence. So you want to avoid that because when something sparks up, it affects everybody. You can have illegitimate anger, but you can impute certain lines into your legitimate anger. Legitimate anger is why you know that something has to be done and it is not being done, and you raise concern why it is not being done. And when you get the reasons, then you try to make sure that it is done. That's what a legitimate anger is. Anger is within everybody. But when you impute some lines into it, then it gets people worrying. It gets people complaining and worrying. So we've got 15 days to go, people. Let's keep it that way. We have tried. We have tried, and we are approaching the end of the first half. We've got the second half to go. But before the second half can come on, you'll see tension rising. But our ability to quiet or suppress our anger, our sentiment will not lead to any tension. If we can just keep the atmosphere as peaceful, as calm, and this responsibility lies with everybody. Everybody, the presidential candidates, the independent or legislative candidates, the church, the media, civil society, everybody got the onerous or the responsibility to maintain a peaceful, secure, stable environment because everyone is involved with this whole election leading up to October 10th and beyond. With that said, now we talk the bits and then we put the pieces together. The first bit we've got is to look at the launch on Sunday, as we did the other political parties, as we did for the Coalition for Democratic Change on September 7th, Unity Party on September 17th, followed by the other political parties. They are ready. CPP ready. CPP slash ANC ready to launch their campaign as they presented it to the National Elections Commission on October 1. October 1st will be on Sunday, and they have chosen to the Anthony Tottenham Stadium. So you want to respect them as you did with CDC and Unity Party. You want to stay clear of everything ANC, CPP as they get ready to launch on Sunday, October 1. You want to respect them as they respected you. You want to give them every courtesy as they gave you on September 7 and September 17, followed by the other dates. This is democracy. As you assemble, no one infringe on your right. So it is the right of the next person to assemble, and nobody should infringe on their right. More to that, they made it evidently clear that CDC and Unity Party did what they did, but they are going beyond that. They are going beyond that. If CDC put out 50,000 persons on September 7 and Unity Party put up 50,000 on September 17, they going to double that number. That they're going to overfill the Anthony Tottenham Stadium everywhere, everywhere. Now, why are they laying so much emphasis on the crowd? As we hear from one of their stalwarts, Musa Ability shortly, because they have always been underrated. They have always been underrated. Honestly, whenever we talk about the political parties in Liberia, you see that the pendulum will shift between the Coalition for Democratic Change and Unity Party. So not much is said about the alternative or the collaborating political parties slash alternative national congress. Not much is said. If much is said about them, is how they will be below these two institutions. So most ability will come out very emphatic that nobody should honorate them. Nobody should see them as underdog. They may not be the favorite in these elections, but they are a force to reckon with. That if the people will think that CDC and Unity Party are the ones who got the number, they will prove them wrong on Sunday, October 1, at their launch, that they have the number and they are contender for the presidency on October 10th. Let's have a listen. The most ability.
All this noise about who has the crowd, who has the Musa Pele got the people, and Youngly and Dillon got the people. I want to prove that we have the people. And on Sunday next week, I will either prove that I'm competently and capably the chairman of Liberty Party or I'm chairman of people. I take the challenge. In fact, I requested, and the request has been granted. The Liberty Party will be in green during the fifth Sunday parade, and there will be seal of green coming from EAW Junction with liability, Rugi Barry, Kuku Tobo, Martin Kula, and they will join Charlene Erskine at the Nigeria House to move me, moi, I will ability of moving people. I will clear the whole field belt. I will assemble them to the people and I will create an intimacy of people to Broad and Johnson, and then we will move on to the ATM. And then we will know who owns green and who owns the real green. So I'm talking, it's been 2.5 years. People say, oh, to prove it now. It's either they're right or I'm right. So I'll prove it. And I take the challenge. I accept the challenge. I have the paper and I have the people. And I'll prove it. I'm guaranteed.
Great challenge. That's what a player is. That's what a competent player is. He couldn't have put it any better. He's 100% right. Because when you are confident of what you set out to achieve, having taken into consideration the rest of the risks and positives associated with it, you are ready to go. That he will dismiss this claim that he is, or for them, they are only on paper, but in practical terms, they do not have the number. And I like how he boasted that he's coming from his side, where he will be coming from with his people. It's gonna be a C. So in essence, he's saying that they're going to combine CDC September 7, Unity Party September 17 crowd. They're going to swallow them 3 times. Now, listen carefully. That's what he's saying. Very seldom, I don't think over the time you heard Musa Belede talking about crowd politics or crowd assembling like we've heard about the other people. But if you listen, it tells you that they have done sufficient mobilization, they have strategized well, and they are confident of the goals they have set out for themselves, and they are convinced that they will pull the number. As a matter of true crowd politics matters, it's very significant in election. It's the first determinant to October 10th. It determines, it gives you a perspective, the leader and the people, the public, whether you will make an impact and you will secure significant votes. Why it is true that the vote can, or the number can alter people get in, they take advantage of it opportunistically, but it is very significant. And vast majority of the people who gathered, they are partisans. I will not go with what people often say that when a political party pulls out crowd, the other party will come editing the crowd. That look at this side empty, the truck people. No, I do not go with that. What you see is their partisans. You can put somebody in a crowd and you think that you're doing it to cause some orchestration. But in there, that person can have a change of mind and be part of that political parties. So if you think that some of these people, these political parties, they truck in people, they influence people, you might not find it going the way you think. I want to believe that these people who assemble, they are the supporters of their parties. I do not go with that. It is not to say either that it doesn't happen. No. So he is confident that they are going to put out the number. They're going to make a statement of intent, a statement of purpose. You know what? The expression see. Whenever a person or a politician speaks like this, especially in these times, he's telling you the multitudes. Have you ever seen a multitude? Oh, well, a multitude. the- he- I want to give a graphic picture that around the field itself will be filled, around the field will be overcrowded. There would be no space stretching out to the various intersections and moving. So it means the entire city will come to a standstill, that nothing will actually flow normally. Whenever there is a multitude, you have that. Everything comes to a standstill directly and indirectly. You know why? Because people are not going to have space to do anything normally. So it is the same as the word see. That's what he's saying.
All this noise about who has the crowd, who has the Musa Begele got the people, and Yombly and Dino got the people. I want to prove that we have the people. And on Sunday next week, I will either prove that I'm competently and capably the chairman of the Labour Party, or I'm chairman of people. Take the challenge. In fact, I have requested, and the request has been granted. The other party will be in green during the fixture day parade, and there will be seal of green coming from EAW Junction with liability, Rugi Barry, Kuku Dobo, and Martin Kula, and they will join Charlene Ruskin at the Nigeria House to move me, moi, our movability of move of people. I will clear the whole freeway down. I will assemble them to the people and our liability, Rugi Barry, Kuku Dobo, and Martin Kula, and they will join Charlene Ruskin at the Nigeria House to move me, moi, our movability of move of people. Join Charlene Ruskin at the Nigeria House to move me, moi, our movability. Me, moi, our movability. Me, moi, our movability. Me, moi, our movability. I will move from people. I will clear the whole freeway down. I will assemble them to the people and clear the whole freeway down. I will assemble them to the people and I will clear the whole freeway down. I will assemble them to the people and I will clear the whole freeway down. I will assemble them to the people and I will create an intimacy of people to Raw and Johnson, and then we move on to the ATS. With an intimacy of people to Raw and Johnson, and then we move on to the ATS. I will create an intimacy of people to Raw and Johnson, and then we move on to the ATS. I will create an intimacy of people to Raw and Johnson, and then we move on to the ATS. And then we will know who owns green and who owns the real green. So I'm talking, it's been 2.5 years. People say, oh, don't prove it. It's either they're right or I'm right. So prove it. And I take the challenge. I accept the challenge. I have the paper and I have the people. And I'll prove it. I'm guaranteed.
That will be doing it for that. So it's left with you now. He has made clear their party's position that they're going to quadruple CDC September 7 and Unity Party September 17 crowd to prove to Liberians, political institutions, the international community that they are not small potato to play with. As much as they had not been boastful of crowd, they will prove they are ready to prove a point on October 1, Sunday. The next bit is what came up last week. Unity Party will raise a concern, and their concern and their opinion is legitimate, and the law supports it. The law of the commission supports it. That they needed, as per the law or as the law requires, to have a copy of the voter roll or a voter registration roll so that it gives them a clear perspective of going into October 10th. They'll know what to do. The law provides that. And they assemble at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission on Friday, and there they did not get a full understanding from the commission. That led Senator Darius DeLon in a raging mood and said that something is happening somewhere within the National Elections Commission. He suspects that the National Elections Commission wondering whether it got something or it's hiding something.
Not surprising that the committee, the chairperson of the Election Commission, very unprofessional and very, very unruly. So we had a discussion with the Election Commission. There are several things that we realize, and we need to increase the tempo and the pressure on the Election Commission to ensure that the final voter roll will be published and submitted to political parties and stakeholders. The discussions in there have also informed us that instead of Tuesday, as they were insinuating or suggesting, they are asking for indefinite time up to between now and next Friday. Election is 3 weeks from now, and the Election Commission said within 1 week, there is no guarantee that the final voter roll will be submitted to political parties and stakeholders. If this is not very concerning, then I don't know what is even more concerning. It's troubling. Jerry Brown is very unprofessional. Something is haunting this lady, and the country won't suffer. Miata Formula was there. One of the commissioners was there. NAC officers were there. I think 1 or 2 media persons were there. When that woman came on, really unprofessionally walk out of us and refer us to our commissioners.
So another thing he talked about was the balance 3.2 million United States dollars for, if need be, if the case or if there is a need for that, a runoff, NEC will need that money to start preparing for it. And we can say for an absolute fact, this is not a fact, but absolute fact, there's going to be a runoff. So he wants the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to release the balance 3.2 million United States dollars for a possible runoff.
The remaining of the funding, the $3.2 million, is not being received yet by the Elections Commission. And the $3.2 million that is supposed to be received by the Election Commission is supposed to be that amount that's supposed to run us into a possible or likely runoff in case. Since the 29th of August, the Commission appeared before the Senate, and I asked them this very question about funding, and they said $3.2 million, if it is not available, we can hold runoff. And today is the 22nd of September, and they are still running after that money. It's troubling. As a senator, as a stakeholder, we appropriated the budget and we ensure that the finance ministry will make that money available, number one. Number two, the Elections Commission is under obligation to erase any perception of cheating intent to do vote raking. If you have issues, technical issues, which sometimes happen, be professional, be proactive with the information. In fact, invite stakeholder political parties so they can come along with the technical people so that they can understand what's going on. But if you shield the information, how we not blown this alarm? How we not raise this alarm and insist that we're coming here today? We wouldn't know that there's problem here.
Senator Ibrahim Darius DeLon on the balance $3.2 million. He wants the National Elections Commission, the Ministry of Finance, gave the National Elections Commission for a possible runoff. So, is there a sign of a possible runoff? Will there be a runoff? Is it possible for a runoff? The man who manages the political affairs at the National Elections Commission, Ignatius Wise, will hint towards that.
At the first round, we call for absolute majority of the vote, meaning you must have 50% plus 1. Then you win the first round, meaning there's no second round. If no candidate obtained absolute majority, 50% plus 1 in the first round, a second ballot shall be conducted on the second Tuesday following the announcement of the results of the first ballot. Second Tuesday, I will end it. I don't have to go all the way down. second Tuesday following the announcement of the result of the first ballot. If you need to plan for elections second round, the time the law tell you need to conduct the second round, do you expect for us to get the money after announcing the results before we start running being a Ministry of Finance or before we start making preparation? Election doesn't work like that. While we are talking about now, the commission start to engage for that money. The commission start to make preparation for a possible second round, if there would be a second round. The time frame the law is providing is a very limited time frame. Now you expect the commission to say we're waiting for the first round to finish. Let's see whether there will be second round before we make preparation. Obviously, the time frame is very limited. And as such, in elections, there are lots of preparation we put in for elections. You saw in 2005, there was a second round, 2011, in 2017, and the commission were ready to move into the second round because we always have funding for the second round. That is why the commission is engaging. Nobody said the commission praying there might be this one or there might be this one. In elections, when you are preparing in elections, we don't wait for the last day before we prepare. Election is a bridge between chaos and peace. It lasts for the security. So that's the reason the commission is asking for this money now, because preparation must start now for second round, and we need to have second round.
President George Weah returned to Liberia on Saturday to a heroic welcome, as it is the custom in Liberia. And the president returned, in my words, from my observation, what I listened and how I did, uncomfortable. The president did return to Liberia uncomfortable. Here is the president's uncomfortability. While he was away, there were a couple of statements that came from major stakeholders, some of the major stakeholders in the electoral process of one, stealing the elections, two, vote rigging, three, uprising, Arab Spring, and the list goes on. All of these words, put them together, they gave you one word: cheap, manipulate, circumvent, steal, illegally take away. So, vote rigging simply means that you manipulate the process by your power, by your influence, by your ability in your favor at the disadvantage of the rest of the people. So, these statements came out. And when the president came back, he thought to address them because, in his opinion, they are not statements to make in these times because they got the proclivity. One of the words that we haven't heard for a very long time, we heard that word in Ellen's time, is one of the words that ran a lot in Eddie time. The other word is trajectory. It has the proclivity of causing stir, of creating panic amongst the people psychologically. And as the chief pacifier of the country, he needed to pacify the situation. But in his act of pacifying, in my opinion, he exacerbated. But you can understand because they had already, they elevated it in his absence when Joe Buckeye said he will he will not accept anything but if there will be cheating, no government, all kinds of stuff, and then Milton Bly, and then what's the other guy? Couple of them will make strong statements, strong ones. So the president comes back and said, "This is too much. I have to place a political checkpoint to it. I got to bring it to a stop." So he said, "There will be no return to rebel checkpoints in Liberia. There will be no return to rebel checkpoints in Liberia," meaning all of those who making such statements they are rebellious statements. And those who make rebellious statements, they are rebels. Rebel is to go against constitutional authority. It's to go against a legal framework. Causing stir is to make statements against an existing law that you suspect that's not going right, but you wouldn't go through the appropriate channel to find out. You won't try to do a background investigation, but rather you will come up sentimentally and begin to make some statements that will cause other people to have the understanding that something is happening somewhere, and then it's going to get serious. So he went further to say, and this was so damning to Senator Prince Johnson and the rest of the guys who will move. He said, "We are moving forward towards prosperity, acknowledging Liberia's past difficulties while remaining steadfast in our belief in democratic values. Our nation will continue to thrive in peace." He went further to say, "Do not be swayed by reckless rhetoric. On October 10th, you will wake up, go to the polls, and cast your votes for your chosen candidates. We have faith in democratic processes, and we are dedicated to upholding them. The will of the people is our ultimate goal." He didn't stop there. He went further to say, "I have participated in elections, and even those who are now raising alarms of war were my opponents. Today, they claim that our elections commissioners cheated. But let us remember, in 2005 and 2011, they also alleged electoral misconduct." So to put this in context, not long, so that we open the line, I should have in Chipo from District 13. I do not know yet because, but let's see how it goes. Statement of such is wrong. But before then, we should acknowledge that you got the right. You got the right to express your opinion over whatever the issue. It is your right as a stakeholder. You can disagree. You can do your background investigation. You can confront. That means you can face the authority responsible for whatever the situation. And then they will give you a feedback because you want the feedback. If you are suspicious of something or somebody, then you want to confront the person or you want to do your background investigation, then you still have to confront the person because you want to verify your information. In the absence of doing that, which is unto you as a citizen covered under the law, and the Freedom of Information Act provides that such information that is to be provided, that the law provides that it be made public, it has to. But it cannot be when you have not done any one of these that you engage into making statements that are inimical, counterproductive, disparaging. You know what it does? The first war you are creating is psychological. That's the first war. It's psychological. You're creating a psychological war. When people begin to hear of vote rigging is a strong expression. It means that the power that be can do anything and everything to cheat. Whether they win or they lose, they will forcibly take it. Use the word force, you will be right. That the National Elections Commission hands a tie, and the only people they can listen to the government. Those are some of the features of vote rigging. So it is a strong expression. And vote rigging also, another thing that is attached to vote rigging that many of you, or some of you, if not many, don't know, vote rigging is always associated with war, with conflict, with revolt. It is a strong expression. So those who know about it As soon as they hear the expression vote Reagan, even if you are alleging, they tend to start having a second thought. Because to allege vote Reagan, you must have conducted your investigation. If you have not conducted any investigation and you just assume, and your assumption doesn't have any substance whatsoever, and you just get it out, then there is a hidden intent. That's not what I'm saying that these people, I'm only analyzing that statement. I'm only trying to put it in context. Stealing election, the expression stealing election is the same as vote rigging, whichever way you want to phrase it. I know I have listened to a couple of public addresses. People try to put it in their own context. They try to present it just in a literal context. But listen, it's beyond literal context. You have to understand the environment. You have to know where you came from. You have to know where you are headed. Moreover, you have to know your position. It's very key in anything. You have to know your position. The stakeholders are the main protectors of the culture. If the participants will begin to make statements of such, then you are saying the rest of the people who are following us, you get ready. You get ready. That's what it means. The stakeholders, the participants, all of the candidates, be they presidential and legislative, they are the pacifiers of whatever the situation. Whenever they see or they sense something about to happen, or they are not satisfied, what do? They move to their people, or they speak through the various channels to their people, and then they try to find a solution that, okay, we can understand this is it, this is that, but we are working things out with the National Elections Commission. We have this suspicion, but we have approached the National Elections Commission, or we will speak directly to the appropriate government authorities on this. And when you begin to operate within such realm, the people around you or your supporters will not have any ultra feeling to do anything ultra. But if you begin to make statements of such like what has been coming up, truly, no, no need to call out this thing. It's wrong. It's wrong. Assume. Joe Barker, I told you people last week who were here. God allow us to see President Selly's reign. Joe Barker was here, and the rest of the people, majority of the people in this time and in this government. Joe Barker had press conference many times when CDC was in opposition, and they will make statements like this one or these, and then Joe Barker will call a news conference. He will even call on the international community. Other people will call on the international community. They will speak against of a potential crisis that the opposition then wanted to create, that they didn't want war. They had come out of war and would not want to reverse into another round of conflict. They have press conferences all around. If you go on YouTube, you'll see Joe Barker press conference where you see former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf press conference. You see other people in past government and in this government preaching that same anti-war, anti-sentiment in an electoral year against what today they are saying. People talk. The expression was used in Ellen's time. The expression stealing election. The expression vote rigging. And Ellen and her government went against it, they spoke against it because, as far as they're concerned, it was wrong, it was inimical, it was counterproductive, it was uncivilized, it was unconstitutional. They spoke against it. They called a news conference. President Sally will address the nation, and she will mention that in her address. Sometimes she will go with a defiant statement. Joe Walker will address the nation. He will call a news conference. What I'm saying simply, you know that it was wrong in your time. So how now can you say it in this time? This is not a support for president. We are in the coalition for democratic change. We're talking country. We're talking country. I am telling you what is right and what isn't right. As much as you want to win an election, you are confident of winning, though the ballot hasn't taken place yet, it would be too absurd for anybody. In my opinion, it's too early to start crying foul on these things. If you are confident, all you have to do, work out your bits and pieces very well, play your cards very well, and you will have it working in your favor. To suspect that you or the vote will be rigged is to say that you're not doing what you ought to do. You're not too confident. So you try to play the weakling. But in a nutshell, all of these statements are wrong. Just as Ellen, Joe Walker, and the rest of the people didn't want it, they should not do it in this time. Assume that Joe Walker wins. Assume. This is an assumption. Assume that Joe Walker wins the election. And 3 years pass. We're about to enter into election. And these statements start to come out of vote rigging for a second term. Well, Joe Barker and the rest of the people and all of those who are saying it from everywhere say, oh, yes, that's true, you're going ahead. They will never. So when you're in opposition, you can say a lot more. The opposition got nothing to protect. They're only fighting to come in. The government has something to protect. When CDC was in opposition, they didn't have anything to protect. So they were flowing. But now they have something to protect because they have the state DNA. So they are under obligation to protect it. So they wouldn't settle for people making statements of such that will cause stir. So the stakeholders have to team themselves and team their supporters. How do they do it? Stop making these statements. When you are suspicious of anything or anybody, all you have to do is to seek the appropriate channel, and then it's going to work for you. You will get a redress. All right. So let me talk dates, and then we can move to the next issue. This one. Speaker Chambers. Speaker Chambers will praise the Chinese government, will praise the Chinese government for their expertise in helping Liberia. They've been a very good partner of Liberia, and he is calling for a stronger collaborative relationship between the two countries, Liberia and China. So, Speaker Chambers will first congratulate Speaker Chambers will first congratulate China on the occasion commemorating their 74th anniversary, which is referred to as Chinese National Day, and it's celebrated is celebrated very significantly, very, and he will speak profoundly of what they have done, what they continue to do, and future prospects. Then there's this thing that came out. You see, when these people in the country, majority of the people in the country, they can kill themselves for nothing. They can kill themselves for nothing, for nothing, for nothing. Some people can just choose to die. Some people can just choose to die. All the way we had Ebola here, the people advised medically that Don't eat dead meat. Don't eat that. All was intended to save lives. Still, some people ignore with no caution whatsoever. They eat and they die. Then came Ebola. That one was medicinal. And then not natural stuff, artificial. Thousands of people die. Now, a couple of days ago, what came on the show? A whale, sperm whale. And what you saw people doing, cutting, carrying. Some of you are like eating street food. You gotta be careful because they're not taking it. All those pieces they cut from that dead stuff, they will not cook it and eat it. They will do anything and everything they can preparatorily make it so. I mean, they will prepare it. The Englishmen say palatable, and then they get it on the street. So you would think that a good meat. Those of you like eating street food, when you start getting sick, when draining, you go to the hospital. Doctor can't identify anything on you because when you finish your system, you die, you gone. So NAFA, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture, is warning. Y'all stop eating it. Y'all be careful. Right now, you won't even know good meat from bad meat because everybody's selling open food all over the place. All over open food all over the place. Now, one of the things the Ministry of Health has to look at all over. So people cutting, they're not cutting to carry to their house or houses because they know that if they use it or if they cook it to eat, they will die. That whole family will die. But because they want money and they ain't care for you, and if you not care for yourself, you used to eating street food, you go about eating street food, you will die. It is already a dead stuff. And then you take a dead stuff, then you carry it in your house, you go prepare it. You know what the thing came from. You know what is that? You just see it on the show, you start cutting. Yeah, LRB. Yeah. Uh, well, up to y'all. That's all I can say. But y'all continue to cut. NAFA want people to stop eating it. They want and still warning. If y'all continue, y'all cut, y'all enjoy your cutting, you enjoy your preparation, and you put it in your system. When your intestines start stretching, when you go to bed, before you can wake up one side puffer, the other side small. When your feet start swelling up, the next thing, your eyes start getting dizzy, you fall down, you die. It finish you. Your own finish. You be careful. Those of you who like eating street food, you're just eating street food all over the place. Some of the street food, it open 24/7, doors going inside, cars passing up and down, doors all going inside, all kinds of things. You're juking to be inside eating. You be careful. You will eat a dead meat, you will get sick, you will die. I'm wishing that for y'all, but I'm telling you that because NAFA made it clear, people made it clear that it is a risk to human health. Nobody should eat it. So they were simply saying if you eat it, when you die, that's your own thing. So I'm only re-echoing NAFA's voice to advise everybody to stop. You'll leave it there like a riding will go by in the sea. Those of you who have already caught, well, it's up to you. When your house, when the first person died, the second person died, you will not say that wish. You will not even put it on politics. To say, oh, the people went, that CDC people do it one, that United Party people do it. No. You kill yourself because you were too greedy. So you see something on the sidewalk, on the seashore. You don't know how it got there. Then you went there, you start cutting. Okay, you go eat as if to eat. But anyway, that's it, man. Okay. So let's turn to you in the next few minutes. I want to do something. We'll look at the district. Chipo should have come in and call and call and call and call and call. He's not answering. He's not picking up. These politicians, they want to go to the legislature, but you see some, sorry to say, you see some immaturity in them. They will agree. They will call you up. You will sit down. You will talk everything off air as the law provides. Talk it off air. And then when the time comes, when you call in to remind them, you will never ever get them. But they want to go in the legislature, just like the other man who sat here and say he can't answer until the lady referred to him as honorable. That's why most of you guys, yeah, man, say, man, the lady should call him honorable before he can answer the question. Let's turn to you. Well, I want to do something this afternoon to be definitive. Definitive in a sense, there's a difference being definitive and absolute. You got the representative and the senatorial elections, no second round attached to it, no second round, except there is some kind of grave misunderstanding with how the vote went. Then the law say you can do a recount. But if nothing like that applies, that's it. So the representative, senatorial, you can see second round. That presidential election, you can have second round. So we can look at the list, coupled with the factors available to us, and make a determination. Get there, you in District 17, this person will win. In District 16, the battle will be between this person and this person. That word will come up in the next few minutes. But let me have your join the conversation on 0770 907 907 0880 907 907 in the next few minutes. Let's do it as quickly as we can. Thank you ever so much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Chief.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you phoning from?
This is the voice of Matthew Kanankoko Wenyu. I do join the conversation from a New York resident to be precise electoral district number 13.
Let's hear you, sir.
Let me firstly appreciate His Excellency President George Manuel Weah for his visit to the United Nations Assembly and for his 78th session presentation. So the issue, it is very sad to see the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, a state man, a president in waiting, to have made such a reckless statement or inflammatory statement that has the propensity of causing serious instability within our country. And most besides, I'm highly frustrated in some United Partisans are going about, are going about commending instead of condemning.
All right,
what the political leaders have said, they are commending. They are trying to do.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. 0770 907 907. You want to go straight to the point because your colleagues want to air their views also. So you don't want to hang on the line long. 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are on the line. Or you are on the air, right? 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. You can also follow us on our online radio, www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Joe Jabakaro calling from Nico Street.
Let's hear you, Joe.
Yeah. I'm very surprised as the former vice president to make in our Liberia to make an public statement, that public talk. Mr. Booker, so you want to tell us that it's time you are in opposition, in time you are leading the country as vice president for 12 good years. So that is the attitude you need to carry on. Whenever election comes, 2005, we went to election, people cry and riot, opposition cry and riot. 2011, opposition cry and riot. So this is what you are doing. You are coming up today saying anybody that that bring cheating in our liberal way, there will be no country.
Okay, Chief. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I'm Brian calling from Johnsonville, Division number 2.
Brian, what is your full name?
I listen to your show. I just want to say, in our country today, when leaders make statements, we do follow those statements. But for me, it has been okay to just flag on what our father, Bishop Walker, just said in Grand Bassa. As I listen, I follow up every time when our leaders speak. This our country has been divided.
So what are you saying now? What are you saying? Let's have an understanding of what you are saying. That the statement isn't wrong, that he was right to have said it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
My name is William Togo. I'm the only member of George Manor where we elect opponent from Congo Town.
Let's hear
I would
you.
like to say, I would like to say this to the opposition. Those that are coming up is saying that they are the rescue people. So when you are a rescue someone, that's the statement you're making. Who are you going to rescue? You are call yourself rescue. Then you're making such a statement like that to bring care in our country. No, the opposition we got nothing to offer with the Liberian. The job to coming up in power to bring a lot of trouble in this country. And we're not here for them. We want peace in our country. The guys that follow them with the ball naked because Prince Johnson,
All
man
right,
like
sir.
this.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Yeah, brother, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Charles Chairman calling of district number 8.
Let's hear you, Jack. Let's hear you.
Yeah, to buttress of what my colleague just said, this coming election, let Joe Bakaja excuse himself from it because he's not going to spark in the second round. Because we're tired with that rhetoric, we're tired with the lies. 2005, you people brought us your 2 hours away. We will vote there. You're coming make of shit. You're coming change the country. But this time around, we thought it was that we will vote you out.
Okay, Chief. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are on the air. 0770 907 0880 Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello,
Yeah.
yes, Senator.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
Thank you. I'm fine. This is the Lawrence City and I call from Central History this afternoon. A lot of person I tell you from you, I've been trying to get there. I can't get you.
Yeah, I'm at the station. When you want to see
Yeah,
me, just come.
yeah,
I'm at the station.
Thank God I let you on the side.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you now. You're my favorite journalist. This is the Lawrence. Person, you see, for some of who from the social background will believe what the Bible says. That any leader that comes to power, God is aware of you. So I think people should stop using the kind of pen that will bring trouble to this country. God can never allow any leader to rule with all his concerns, according to Romans chapter 13, verse 1 down. God says there is no leader that says that he God is in the about. So I think people should look up to God. If they think they are the rightful leader, if the people choose, if they are the one, let it be accepted. If it is a party B, let it be accepted. If it's a party A, let it be accepted. And for the certain we not. Let all look up to God and God himself to choose a leader.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Have a nice day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on the line. My name is Emmanuel Cordy. Alas, about Paulinius Badlet King. And I join you on District. Hello, Amala.
Yeah, you are on the air. We are listening to you.
Let me appreciate you for talking. You know, I support the Union Party and member of the Union Party and I remain supporter of the Union Party.
Let me condemn the statement coming from that was in Baga. But it's just me. The other brown Latin needs to clean the border road system. Every people on the radio calling on to clean the border road system. I can't think I've been studying something. Why causing a delay? Why causing a delay to clean the border road up? Everyone pay for the need. It is big problem. It is big problem. Who are everybody?
All right, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Your name?
Maybe traffic not speaking for the 14.
Let's hear you.
The report that made more out of us. We sat here and here one other fellow telling us that account went to jail. Any jail there. They understand when you make reckless statement. So the reckless statement had to bring Johnson and then or Judah Baga and make you more grand and jail there. So would that be problem? They think they can't win the election and believe it. Because we're not going to play for the no second round. What did Judah Baga do for? Let me show one mark what I put for him. Since 45 years, he's very powerful. Let me show one thing that he ever did for him for Nigeria. If you elect him, you yellow card free post very power.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Have a nice day. Good afternoon. Yeah, you want to lower your radio or move away from it or cut it off?
Yeah, good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. And you?
Yeah, recently launched a film from Apple.
How is Gbapolu County this afternoon?
The area is not bad, though. Just to my family. Yeah, one of the issue about the political for me is only myself. I'm a young partisan, but I want to condemn those statements coming from Ambassador Joseph Nima Baka and also Prince Johnson. But yeah, that's it. There's a tendency of chaos when you see how the election commission is proceeding. The issue about the voter rules and the increase of the voters, so those two thoughts to bring chaos into the country. So we just pray for a peaceful election. So, and even those who is showing to one possibility it is that indeed you see that you have some political party that indeed you will win the election at one term. So what ground do you have? So those things who are attempt to cause opposition, other things to create fear of planning them.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having your say. 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907, and you are on the air. Good afternoon.
Yes, Sam, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. You?
I'm great. I enjoy you from the borough.
Let's hear you, Rufus.
I want to say thank you for the constant time that your nation and your generation. More especially those generation who never saw what we saw then. We have people who are opinion leaders, people who use a role model coming to the national scene and making statements that will put another 15 years back. They're highly regrettable. Having said that, I believe that the Honorable Vice President, bring a man of such spectrum, being guided by good people. I say this to say because this man has led through all the governmental spectrum. I think we're very quiet and connect up to the 2017 election. Why such statement now? Looking at a collaborating partner, the signs of national security. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you so much for calling. Have a nice day. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are on the air, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing hot song calling from Kakata.
Let's hear you, sir.
All right. Firstly, I want to condemn the statement used by the vice president or the former vice president. You know, some of us we are live our life, and we are there in the ring, in the song for the United Party. But for the statement used by the former vice president, I withdraw my support. And the man who preaching the peace is the man I'm going to. That is Ambassador George Manoia, President George Manoia. I think because he's preaching the peace, that's the best thing. We don't want to go back to the charges. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Lower your radio or move away from here or cut it off.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, to the point. The statement about our vice president and why he said, I think he came back to clarify it. I don't see why people making out of it. Why he said that will be no Liberia. You see, if our present president wins the election again, there will be a lot of good, there will be a lot of hard times, and when there will be no good government.
But is that statement right in your opinion?
No, it's not my opinion. It's what he said. He wasn't referring to war.
Is what he said? What he said, is it right in your opinion?
In my opinion, as a people, he didn't mean war. He was saying those amenities that Liberians supposed to get will not be there. And for God's sake,
but when you insert war, when you insert uprising and vote Reagan, what those words amount to in your literacy?
They have to do the election commission. David Escobar promised us on the 18th that the SFR will be out. He failed. Again, now he said Tuesday. We are waiting for Tuesday to see the outcome.
All right, sir. Tuesday is tomorrow. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. This is Lamin Tuma, and I'm you from Tower.
Let's hear you, Lamin.
Yeah. The statement that the vice president made, I don't think the vice president made war for this country. The issue of we'll be discussing in this country now, the issue of the government that entered the country up to this time, no Canadian can discuss it. But when they say to the opposition, actually the opposition talks small. They wanted to carry out.
Are you in this country? Are you in this country? Are you following the events?
We can discuss about the government that entered in the country. Now we can discuss it.
But let me ask you, are you in Liberia?
I'm in Liberia. The statement from the president doesn't mean that
Chief,
but
all those things then you're talking about gun, the people talk about gun, yeah. LRA told us that several pieces of guns were discovered and confiscated. Yeah. Oh, Chief. Good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, this will be coming. And I call from Canada. I think it's very much better. Those who will be giving the language to Ume Bwakai statement. His statement was it's a satanic statement against the state. They were placed in disorder. Because remember, there's a CU the party Bwakai said, no man. When Honorable Gray said they would get the Liberia to Madasani in the chief, Honorable Gray was placed behind bars. Where were they at that time? And the man has said that it's a statement. They don't have to connect to the women and all men. They don't have to condemn his statement. This election, people should go there. It does not mean we should be enemies to this country. You know, the 250,000 people that died in this country, they were from this statement. That's why when people are always alleging this woman, or over the people will say this.
Sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm Captain Patrick Jawayiki for the former AFL.
Former AFL soldier.
Yeah. I served the armed forces of Liberia for 28 years. What I want to say, I'm from the southeast, I'm from Nigeria County. Powerful captain. All also know me very well. What I want to say is, this country will be peaceful. You know, why can't making a statement of frustration? He said the government for all that time, for the 2 years, whatsoever, nothing is not achieved, so we won't be confusion in this government. It will not happen. I promise everybody, all Liberians, the election will be peaceful. The president, we are not winning, no repeat. But I know all people in favor of president, we are. So who wins, you win. Or last time, I just making no one can make a friend. You can't make women who get 4-5 children a friend. You never want to grab you, you see it. Before making that statement, I promise anyone, any violence, that person is for the born nigga, no, rebel, you know, better. Born nigga, you were fighting, you were ready the barrier for impossible. The way you get out of this one. You ready for the photo behind born nigga, nigga, you
So,
get.
so all of you still get a fighting ability, eh?
No, this is why I said no. You listen to me. I said no one will be any fighting here. What nigga there, you don't have no speed. What I'm telling you, you think about fighting. You listen to me, what?
So you can subdue him anytime if he attempts anything, eh?
I will ready up with him. Still bring them away. Handle them. I swear to my damn mother, none of them are challenge them.
So if they try anything, you can arrest Prince Johnson and Bob Naked.
I mean, you know me what? Any of them try, I will work it out. So one of them, any of them was arrest them, apprehend them without no gunfire.
So how will you arrest them and apprehend them?
I mean, I'm a man. I'm a warrior. Actually, they are small to it for me.
So you catch them unknown to them.
Before you make a man, you see a person I can enter there and pick you up.
So where you will carry them when you arrest them? Where you will carry them?
I turn them over to the authority.
But you don't get the right to arrest anybody. That the state get that right.
That's why I'm saying, I think if they study this situation in this country of war, they will have themselves be. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're not ready for all to be running up and down.
All right.
I said, born nigga, that's small boy. When you only can hear you for going, our April, Tony.
Are you picking, eh?
When you really, young niggas just do copy this, one nigga, nowhere, zero, you know that.
Okay, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, that's it. Thank you for spicing up the first lap of the show. I told you there is something I want to do. I will be definitive based on what is before me, but I cannot be absolute. What that means is do not take what I'm about to say as the full fact. But my opinion is definitive, but it is not absolute. You got several individuals who will be contesting. And the National Elections Commission finished with that portion. They are concentrating on putting the bits and pieces together now for October 10th. So you have several districts across the country. So we start from Montserrat County. Every week we'll do a couple of districts. And then the argument is before you. So we start with District 13. District 13. District 13 got 17 persons contesting. 17 persons are competing for the seat. They are Yeke P. Koluba, Waller J. Archibald, Wilson Emmanuel, Williams Yanti, Tokwa Angeline, Ayuba Soare, Smith Wilmot Smith, Abraham Salif, Amos K. Dawuya, Menio Oscar or Oscar Menio, Colinion Crowd Tukwa, Gayu, that's Gedua P. Candidate, Sirius M. Keita, Edward P. Flomo, the current representative, Patrick G. Eastman, who launched yesterday, Solomon Chipo, and Williet Cooper, 17 persons. So here's my position ahead of the vote. We'll talk this until we reach the last day. I cannot be definitive with the presidential elections because, from all indications, there will be a second round. If there is no second round, then we have set history. The first history we've got, former President Charles Taylor, who is serving a 50 years jail term in Great Britain for crimes he's convicted to have committed in Sierra Leone, not Liberia. So we have that. He won by a significant margin. He went over the ceiling or went above the electoral threshold. So we have that. If CDC wins first round, or Unity Party wins first round, or ANC/CPP wins first round, or MPC or Tier 1 Gonglo Liberia's People Party wins first round, there will be the second, as far as I know historically. But as it stands, with the indicators or factors available, they point to a possible second round. No second round in the representative or the legislative election. So you got 17 persons contesting. Don't call yet. I will throw it at you. This is my opinion. You got the current representative. You got Cornelia Crow from Unity Party that came very close in the election that brought Edward Papi Flomo to power, followed by the rest of the people. So here is it. That district 18 battle is going to be between Cornelia Crow Cooper, the lawyer from the Unity Party, and Edward Papi Flomo, the current representative candidate, Coalition for Democratic Change. With the bits and pieces I have gathered from that district, I can tell you this is my definitive opinion, but it is not absolute, that Edward Papi Flomo will win. He will win it. And let me share some of the points with you. One, most of the people don't have the catch. They are crisscrossing, but they are struggling. Two, they have not really done anything significant, but rather feeding on the sympathy of the voters. In addition to that, in addition to feeding on the sympathy of the voters, the people are exposed now. Unlike in the past, that people just bullied them and they fell into the bully and they voted them into power and they became the victims. This is why you see all of the campaigns with these people. You're not seeing much of food and money. The people are concerned now. They are more issues based than rice based or money based. Couple of years back, the person running would take few bags of rice and few dollars and give to the people. That's how they bully the people. Over the time, the people didn't see anything significant. So, with the education that have been coming over the years, they soon realized that they have to take the lid off their eyes and then try to see clearly. So, if you look at our setting, look how the campaign is going. The people are concerned about the issues. They are not placing premium or emphasis on money, on rice, on the other things. What they are asking from a practical term, what have you done? They want to see something that you done in the past. So those who have not done anything or anything significant, they are feeding on the sympathy of the people. What they're doing is they are moving to the people and just appealing to them, buying their sympathy. Consciously, they know that they have not done anything. And consciously, also, they know that it is a minus because you don't have to wait until an election year when you develop some kind of ambition, then you start to move around to the people. You must do something. It may not be as vast, it may not be elaborate, but you have to do something that the people can see, which will serve as the bridge for you when you announce. So, in my opinion, these are the two people. Did Cornelia Crow do anything? Has she anything to show? Well, she has, but I don't think they are significant, and I don't think they are strong enough. They aren't weighty enough. If she were win Representative Edward Papi Flomo, then it will be the UP factor. But I don't see that, and the representative will go. Again, this is my definitive position, but it is not absolute because I do not control the entire atmosphere. I only have one vote, and you have one vote. The rest of the people will join to determine. I am only looking at the factors politically. The current representative, Edward Papi Flomo, has something to show. It may not be significant, it may not be elaborate, but he is striving on those, he is campaigning on those that he has done. The rest of the people can't show anything, but rather they're just being rhetorical. And the people's eyes are open now. They're just being rhetorical. You know, the district being like this for ever so long. The representative had not done anything significant. We came to you to appeal to you. When we get there, we'll do this, we'll do that. Look, the people of this country, vast majority of the people of this country have passed that whole begging question issue of begging sympathy. I think it presents the reality that you must start to do something now until we can start getting closer with God above to 2029. Some of you will not win. Some of you will dash your ambition along the way. Some of you will think that okay, 2029 is long, so many years ahead, let me wait. Some of you will not do anything. Some of you will try to do one or two. And then when 2029 comes, the people will look at the person who be in their area, who be making some interventions. What most of the candidates have done, as I see and as I listen, is not much. And if you look into not much, they are presenting personal things. Personal things. I personally send a person to school, and the person on my days, and that personal thing. The people want to see tangible. Tangible mean practical thing that the community, that locale can benefit from or be benefiting from. So District 13, the battle is going to be between the current representative candidate, Edward Papi Flomo, and Cornelia Crow. Cornelia Crow in the last election, she fought hard. She did extremely well. She fought hard. But her style of campaigning led her to lose the election. Moreover, Representative Edward Papi Flomo won because the people saw him as the favorite. To the extent that CDC, he wasn't the preferred candidate for CDC. And that's one of the things that led Edward Papi Flomo to win. He wasn't the preferred candidate for CDC. CDC did not see him as the preferred candidate. They opted for John Weir. John Weir was CDC preferred candidate because the people felt that, oh, this man being with us, this man lived in District 13 with us for years, the man ate with us, he grew up here, and then CDC is bringing another person other than this man, then let this man who advise that he goes as independent and will throw our weight behind him. So look at the margin. The margin was wide between he and no, the margin was not that wide. No, but it was significant. It was significant. So it was one of the factors that favorably worked for Edward Papi Flomo. When CDC put up John Weir, the people everywhere in District 13, they pulled their support, they put their weight behind Representative Edward Papi Flomo. So he won. Now he won 5 years. And the people too in the district, vast majority of the district also, if not significant part of the District 18, they are not comfortable with him. They're not comfortable with his leadership. And the person that should rival him is not doing much. It's not doing much. Unity Party candidate, Cornelia Crow. She's feeding on this women politics, this gender politics. She's staying away from certain things. She's waiting. The standard bearer will go. Joe Barker was there, I think I am told, a couple of months ago or a month or two. And then he told them to vote for her. But she will just move around her locale and other areas adjacent her locales. If they were beat, before I go to the next area, if Cornelia Krah will defeat Representative candidate Edward Papi Flomo of CDC, then she has to break down his stronghold. And you know what it means to move in a candidate stronghold to campaign, especially when they are already fixed? It becomes a formidable task. His strongholds, I am told, his strongholds are so strong that if will lost the elections, then it should break down his strongholds. Those strongholds were the places that gave him the election. So the battle is going to be between Cornelia Krah Cooper and Representative Edward Papi Flomo. But it's not to say that the rest of the people can put up a challenge. Wilmot Smith, a factor that is working against Wilmot Smith, I'm told, he's not a friendly guy. And that's true. I have seen Wilmot Smith. He's been around for a couple of times. He's the aristocratic type that he always loved to link up with his peers and see the other people as not really. No, this is a fact. People, let me tell you, everything when it comes to election, every little detail matters. The people pick up every bit and pieces when it comes to election. All of the factors work in election. They look at your personal relationship. They look at your religious background. They look at your ethnicity. They look at your political affiliation. Everything matters in election because that's how the people go about. You can change anybody's preference. So they argue he's not a friendly type. Coming closer? No, I don't see him in the first 3 or 4 or 5. But the battle is going to be fought between Cornelia Krah Cooper and Representative Edward Papi Flomo. And if you ask me between the two who will emerge victorious, I will tell you that Representative Edward Papi Flomo is the favorite, except Cornelius work overtime, move into those areas that he has already covered, especially his stronghold. You want to bring an incumbent down? You have to destroy his stronghold. You have to destroy his or her stronghold politically if you want to defeat that person. But if you stay away from the person's stronghold, you're not moving. You don't want to move inside. You just want to be on the fringe. You can't win that person. So District 13, you got 17 persons. District 13, 17 persons. The battle is going to be between Representative Edward Papi Flomo and Cornelia Krah Cooper. Again, this is my definitive position, but it's not absolute. And then the next district I want to look at is District 14. District 14. District 14, you got 11 persons there. Emmanuel K. Barnes, Vamuya Kone, Masa Dopo, Emmanuel P. Gonoti, Kekula Kamara, Chester A. Nessie, Yamfor Pauline, Amos T. Yanet Sr., Ellis John, Sonkale Wongbe, and Amos Te Wule. You got 11 persons there. This district not too bad. It's not too jammed. Now, with these people, you got, I think, 2 ladies in between. The incumbent is strong. The incumbent is strong. Where the battle is going to be fought. Yeah. Abraham Vamuya Kone. Masa Dopo seems to be a strong lady, but her arrival is late. Her arrival is late. She could have, in my opinion, she can pull the number. She's been trying moving around, but her arrival is late. She too is just driving on rhetoric. that there's the incumbent hasn't done anything, the district is this, the district is that. That kind of politics, you can win election that way. No, you don't talk about your opponent doing nothing when the opponent has done something. It may not be significant, it may not be elaborate, but the person has something to show. And once the person can show something, it is a conviction in the minds of the people. So you should be telling the people what you have done. Since you haven't done nothing, don't concentrate on the person who hasn't done nothing. Tell the people that I haven't done anything. I need your vote so that when I get it, this is what I would do, how I would do it, when I would do it. So among these people, the representative, the current representative, will be reelected. Will be reelected. These individuals are not as strong. I'll open the line and you can express your disagreement if you have any. They are not strong enough. So these are people who just they waited on the French ever so long. They were into different ventures of life. So when the opportunity came, and what they've been hearing about the legislature, that the legislature is this, the legislature is that, lucratively, the legislature is more monetary. So people just develop that desire. And then what they feed on, what they campaign on is the person hasn't done anything for the district. He has not done anything for the district. We have to change the district for the better. That's all they're feeding on. That's all they're feeding on. And some of the people, you can see that they're just not ready for that legislature. You can see the opportunistic instinct in them. You can see when you go around them, you know that they're just trying to take advantage of opportunity. Now, this is not to say that most of the incumbents will go back. No, some of them will not go back. Some will go back. Some of those who have not tested the legislature will enter. Some who haven't tested the legislature will not test it. So there way it's going to be. And what's the next district? The next district you got that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9. District 15, you got 9 persons there. Nine persons in District 15. Get D. Wellington Bright, Shadrach Brown, Francis Dixon, Zobon Mono Herbert, Abubana Kamara, Prince Powell, Nathaniel P. Stevens, Amos B. Tue, and you have Joseph E. Williamson. And the incumbent is a CDC man. So here's it. This district, District 15, is going to be tightly fought. It's going to be a tightly fought era. I can't give you a guarantee that the incumbent will go back. Not much is known about the rest of the people, but what I can say to you, and it's what I'm saying, that district, District 15, is going to be a battle. And if the current representative will go back, then he will have to work overtime, or he's working overtime. You know why? Too many things happen in that district. History has it. And these things, of majority of them, are against him. From the 2020 senatorial election all the way to 2023, coupled with those other factors. So some of the anomalies of the government, some of those excesses of the government, going to work against him, as these people will allege. They're going to. Those are factors. They're going to work against him. And the likelihood of winning is going to be a serious thing. I see the battle between Unity Party candidate. Let me see. Unity Party. Unity Party is Amos Square. The battle going to be between there. It's going to be a tightly fought battle between CDC and Unity Party. The odds are against CDC in District 15. The odds are against CDC. If Abu Bana Kamara will be re-elected, the margin will not be as wide. It will be a slim margin, but it's going to be a tight battle. The battle going to be between Amos Square and Bana Kamara District 15. Okay, you got District 16. District 16, that's 1, 2, that's 10 persons. District 17, you got 17 persons. I understand a couple of pastors are in this race. I understand a couple of pastors are in this race. You got Andrew Kemokai, formerly of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. I don't know what he stayed there. MK Kekula Pero, Jala J. Riwa, Habab Lawrence, Gray, Zo Musu, Fremont D. Caesar, Davis Prince Kojo, William Dakel, Sandy Cummins, Titus Cooper, Morris Coleman, Clarence H. Cole, D. Myers Chida, Adolphus B.B. Kipat, Lopu G. Blackie, Bernard Blue Benson, and Conan Bajwa. District 17. 17 persons. All right, so District 13 and District 15 are the two for today. Tomorrow, we'll look at the other people. So let me turn to you. Again, this is my definitive position, but it's not absolute. The absolute aspect of it is on October 10th, when the National Elections Commission announced this person, and that's it. 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Do you agree with my position on District 13 and District 15? Let's have your say. 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Those of you in District 15 and District 13 have said mine. Disagree with me. I will
Hello.
appreciate it. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Frank is my name from District 17.
District 17.
Yeah, point of correction, they were 35, but they are 4 right now because one person was out.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are 34 candidates in the race right now.
Yeah. That's the portion I have before me from NEG. But the list is long.
Yeah, and right now, the ex lawmaker before he has ruled, Dake is coming back with force again. You know, with the normal thing in Dumba Fire.
Sure.
And then you got DJ Brew also. DJ Brew also, he got a youth on his back. Yeah, they're supporting him.
Yeah, that tomorrow we in District 17. Today is 15 and 13.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Those of you in District 13, are you convinced that your representative, if you support him, going to go back, or Cornelius Cooper will be elected? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Good afternoon. But you called, then you position him for, when you die, you are on the air. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Charles calling from Doe Community.
From Doe Community. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stadia District, that's District 13, right?
District 14.
Oh, District 14, Dole Community. District
Yeah.
14. Okay. Yeah. Ibrahim Vamuyan Kone, your current representative.
Yeah.
Will he go back?
The whole night, on the election District 14, I think it was not fair because this going election 2017.
But Chief, it's not about fairness. So didn't you hear me? I said mine is not definitive. I mean, it's definitive, but it's not absolute. The absolutism is where the people go to decide, and the National Election Commission announces the winner. I'm just giving my own position from the bits and pieces I gathered. No.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Okay, Chief. Thanks ever so much. Nice one. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Voice and people community give healthcare money. You talk about District 14. Hello?
We're listening to you.
Yeah, you talk about District 14. For District 14, the criminal lawmaker is not fair within District 14. Let me see. The city candidate Muga Manat is making hair within District 14. He's a candidate on CDC party. And that district is highly political when it comes to
but all
election.
districts are political because
CDC.
they are politicians.
CDC is the hair ruling party and the popular mandate within that district. Don't
so city, so for you, for your,
you are the next winning candidate within that district.
All right, sir.
So as long as CDC pledge support behind anybody in that district, you are the next lawmaker in waiting.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm here calling from District 3.
Let's say you, Mr. Dolo.
Yeah, like you said it right. This is the time for people to make a choice, and this is the time for people to exercise their political franchise. And looking at people's mind, if you have been benefiting positively from any other leader that you let all the time, definitely your work will speak for you. But if you are not in the kind of critical time, definitely the people will not hold on to you. This is the time for people to make a change, if positive or negative.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Yeah, let's close up with you. Good afternoon. You want to switch off your radio or move away from it so that you understand yourself best.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say here.
What is your district? District 13, District 15?
Money,
yeah, Merit Timber. What kind of district you in? What your district number?
I in District 17.
District 17?
Yeah.
Oh, that way, Broadview way, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I can't talk, eh?
No, so you're getting it with we, eh?
Yeah, the whole, yeah. The whole thing here is, let's put it in prayer.
Oh, no, the one ain't got nothing to do with prayer. Then I church, and I worship thing, the election, the politics,
Yeah, the politics, but we have to put it in prayer. God comes first in everything.
So that God will go and vote?
God will not go and vote, but He will direct us, a sense of direction. He will show us it.
So you waiting for God to show you the person you will vote for before you vote?
Yeah.
So you know nobody here, you don't get nobody to vote for?
I don't get nobody to vote for now because I'm asking God.
So how long you been asking God?
I was in the shutdown, I will be asking God, and God will show me direction.
But you won't start asking God yet, eh?
Oh, I've been asking God, and I'm still asking Him.
So all that time you've been asking God, He tend to you, He listening to you?
He will listen to me.
But what time now? Time going.
Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. And tomorrow you say you come in District 17?
No. Tomorrow I'll be on the show, but we'll come around there, and when it's coming closer, we'll come around there. But just tell all who you voting for now. Who you candidate? That CDC, that Unity Party?
Unity Party.
So That God show you United Party president.
Retire, Papa.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the have a nice day, bye. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is James Joe.
Yeah. Let's hear
Yes,
you.
yes. Listen to your analysis that you came around with also for our democracy. Let us sometimes condemn the statement made by the vice president and other what we should. We all in her peace. But
But
you
Chief,
tell me this report.
Chief, I feeling with that,
It's a little,
there'll be
yeah,
all statements.
let me be deciding this reporting the thing. This reporting the senator now that is on his CCTK, he was always second in every election. So now CDC now put with behind him and my
Chief, you're going off. Oh. You're going off. All right. Thank you so much, man, for spicing up the show. That's all the time we've got to be on the show, bits and pieces. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Thanks to the guys at Voice of Liberia 89.7, Kakata Magidi County, what secret is, coordinating things there. Thanks to Ibrahim Dinte Wia, who is behind the camera, Voice of Liberia 104.1, Morovia. And those of you who are following by and through the online radio, www.voiceofliberiaradio.com. And those of you who follow the Facebook, that's Voice of Liberia. Uh, yes, just Voice of Liberia. You put in the search box Voice of Liberia, and in from it, there's a dot before the Liberia, and then you'll see all in capital letter VOL, and then you are in. Thank you ever so much for spicing up the show. All of you, we couldn't get Solomon Chipo in today. He had consented to come and say exactly what he doing, why he will be the next representative of District 13, why the incumbent is already out. We talked that over the weekend. We arranged everything, but he didn't show up. Okay, so tomorrow we talk campaign finance, all campaign finance with Harold Ado, head of Integrity Watch Liberia. My name is Sam Andrews. Have a wonderful day.